Hey everybody, Joe here. I've had a few guys actually contact me, write me some messages, just kind of asking what the heck I've been up to, what I've been doing with guns, firearms, where I'm at on certain builds that I had talked about last year, things like that. So just real quick, we're all kind of living in this weird. There's no ammo available. There's no extra parts, things like that. So I really haven't been doing a lot of shooting. I've done very minimal amounts of shooting actually. I've been acquiring things, parts, accessories, optics, magazines, all the things I can get my hands on. I've been getting my hands on, but just not doing a lot of shooting. But we all kind of understand what's going on here. Ammo is a bit of a premium, and whatever you have in your hoard, you're not necessarily looking to shoot it up because to replace it right now might cost 3, 4, 5 times more than what you paid for that ammo just a few years ago, or a year ago even. So that's kind of where we're at. I think a lot of people can understand that. I know even some of the big YouTube gun channels, they're just not shooting as much ammo as they used to. They're not going out to the range and shooting 100 rounds, 200 rounds, 300 rounds at a time. It's 20, 30, 40, 50 rounds at a time. So it's a little bit crazy. Hopefully things will get better. Maybe within the next 6, 9 months, a year, we'll see. But in the meantime, as you can see, like a lot of guys, I've grown a COVID beard. I've been stuck at home or anything. I've been working. In fact, my work is busier than it's ever been, and it will be again this year. So that's another factor in my lack of getting out and being active is just busy. So without talking too much more about it, I'll kind of share with you guys what I've been up to as far as kind of some of the things I've done firearms wise. Big one was I got a couple questions. Guys were kind of asking where I was on my 300 Blackout build. And I had been messing with that off and on, playing with things I liked, I didn't like, and I got it finally to a place I really like. So here's where we ended up with it. So let me get this in frame. So this is kind of a finished product. I'm real happy with the way this ended up. So it's a Air Precision upper and lower, Magpul furniture. It's an Air Precision 4N. It's a BCM angled grip because it is a pistol, so you cannot have a vertical grip, so it's slightly angled. We ended up with a Streamlight ProTac flashlight on it. It's got a Vortex red dot, and it's Spikes Tactical. It's got a Spikes bolt. The charging handle is a Radian Raptor, and that has, if you remember, the Radian Raptor is vented, and it's got vents directing the gases forward. So in a suppressed firearm like this, the theory is you get less gas blowback in your face. And what little shooting I have done with this, it seems to actually do. It does help. Brace-wise, we ended up with a Maxim Defense setup, and I really like this a lot. It is all aluminum, so it's a little heavy, but it kind of accomplishes that honey badger type of look that I ended up going with and wanted. So that all is good there. And it's a 4-position, just, it's got a little push tab here, and you can extend it, retract it, all the above. Real good, solid setup. I really like this brace a lot. I almost called it a stock, but it is a brace. The trigger group is it's a Bravo company trigger group. Bravo company on the 4N. And then other than that, then, of course it's got, if I can get this off, I haven't taken the suppressor off in quite a while because it's meant to be 100% just always. Ugh, come on. There it goes. So this is my Dead Air Sandman K. So it's about 6 inches long. It's fairly lightweight, and then it's sitting on a Dead Air muzzle brake. So let's get that lined up. But that's kind of where we ended up with this, and I am really happy about it. What little shooting I have done with it, especially with subsonic ammo, performs real nice. It's quiet. it shoots well, it's accurate, does its job. Really like this a lot. But so for those who did ask about where this ended up, this is where this ended up. And I'm real happy with it. So I'm just going to leave it alone, and when things normalize, I'm going to shoot the shit out of it. A couple other things I did. I acquired another SGL-21. This is 7.62-39. This is a Russian. It's an Arsenal import, not a FIME. So it's an early SGL-21 import. It was used. It was slightly used. I was told it was under 500 rounds. It appears that way. The barrel looks good. There's no issues there. And then what I did with this is I just put on it's a Magpul K2 AK grip. And then I put on one of these Circle 10 AK aluminum triangle stocks. I always like the looks of a triangle folder. This wasn't a folder, but they do make this, this solid aluminum fixed triangle stock, and I think it looks real good on these guns. So this is kind of my ideal AK-103 setup. 7.62. I like the triangle folder, and I really do like this the Magpul grip. Much improved over the factory grip, as you can imagine. But otherwise, just something I acquired because I'm not shooting a lot, so I'm for some reason buying stuff. Let's see. My go-to, kind of my truck gun, my everyday carry gun, was a Steyr C9A1. And no, they don't come white. I painted the bottom with a plastic epoxy paint. It's fairly durable, but the reason I did it, if you know, I've got a Steyr AUG, and it is the Snow Ghost version, so it's white and black. So I painted my Steyr to match. Anyway, so that was kind of my go-to everyday truck gun type of deal. But I decided to switch that up this year, and I acquired what everyone really, really loves is a Taurus GC3, G3C. I was going to buy a G2C a year or two ago, and I just never did. And when I heard that the G3s were coming out, they're supposed to be improved, I grabbed one. I bought this in early January of 2021. I shot it at the range that is at the gun shop the day I bought it, put 100 rounds through it. It was flawless, good. It's just, if you've seen all the reviews on this online, everyone has nothing but good things to say about it. There's a few guys out there that say kind of, they poo-poo it. That's fine. I've had nothing but good luck with it in the only 100 rounds I've shot. But for a truck gun, everyday carry, it's 12 round capacity. It comes with 3 mags, so it's 12 plus 1. The trigger's fairly decent. It's lightweight. It's fairly slender. So that's something else I acquired. My wife, she wanted a build. She wanted an AR build. So this year I slowly acquired parts as I could find them. Now, if you're all aware of, AR lowers and things like that, they were a little tough to find for a while. So I had some pieces laying around, and I had to acquire an upper or lower, things like that. But she wanted to build, and her thing was she wanted lightweight, just everything to be lightweight. She's not a big person. She's not super strong. She just wanted something lightweight, easy to shoot, soft shooting, all that. So what we ended up with is this nice little AR, 5.56-223. It is built on a Colt lower and a Spikes upper. The charge handle is a Faxon, if I'm not mistaken. Bolt group is a Aim Surplus Lighten bolt group. Forend, it's like a very small, thin forend. It's an Aero Precision. I think it's the Atlas S Atlas S forward handguard. Very thin, pencil thin. So you can see, I have medium-sized hands, but they wrap around there a lot. And then an Aero Precision 11.5-inch barrel, and then a Spikes brake. The trigger group, I I can't remember whose it is. It's not a cheap crap trigger group. It's, it's $120 trigger group. I want to say it's an arrow setup. I can't remember exactly. Magpul grip, and then of course I can't remember the name of this particular brace, but it's an SB Tactical, but it looks kind of like an M4 stock. So we went with that. It's very lightweight. Haven't even shot it yet. It's just been sitting in the safe for the past few months because I'm not willing to shoot up any of my 5.56. But I assume it's going to shoot nice once we can get out there and actually shoot some stuff. Oh, the red dot. It's a Sig Romeo red dot. So nice deal. Something nice put together for, I want to say it was about $1,200 as it is, which in today's climate is pretty decent considering. But like I said, I'm sure it'll be a good shooter. And then the last thing I did was for my birthday in 2020, my wife got me a P80 polymer 80 frame. And because I'd been talking about wanting to build a polymer 80. So she got me a frame for my birthday. And initially I was going to build it to just be a truck gun, just something basic Glock 19 size, basic truck gun. And that didn't happen. I kind of went a little silly. So this is where I ended up. So I ended up with, basically it's a polymer 80 G19 size frame. And then I ended up with, and of course these are all empty. I went with a light and slide. I went with a threaded barrel, threaded match grade barrel, put on a T-comp compensator, ended up with an O-light. Hollow Sun, can't remember the model on this one. Oh yeah, it's the HS507C, super popular red dot sight for pistols. Mag weld it, and then of course with these, this is a Glock factory mag with a extension on it, so that's how that goes. And then you can get real silly, and then you can get into your 30, 31 round mags, things like that. But I decided when I started the process of building this, I initially said, I just want something basic, whatever. And well, that went all to hell and ended up spending just stupid amount of money building this thing. And I've shot a little bit, enough that it does function. I could tell you it prefers heavier 124 grain versus 115. I believe that has something to do with the compensator. But it functions, it runs. I know I've shot it just enough to know it runs. It prefers heavier ammo to lighter ammo. I'm sure plus P would be even better, especially with the compensator. It'd probably make that compensator work even a whole lot more. So this is something I plan on doing a nice kind of video about, just a build that I did, and seeing how it goes with different ammos, hollow points, plus P, just certain ball ammo, just see how it goes. But otherwise, the little I have shot it ran fine. It needed a little bit of a break-in, 50 rounds or so, but after that it started to be flawless. But yeah, so put this together, like I said. I kind of built something that, I don't know, I guess I kind of call it my Call of Duty gun, because in Call of Duty you can build out your weapon loadout can just be obscenely silly. And I just said, I'm going to build something that's just over the top, silly, it's just complete nonsense. And that's what I did with this. So that is kind of what I've been up to. Not a whole lot of shooting. Been buying up a lot of 30 round mags. Like I said, accessories. I've bought some prism, 3X prism sights, some red dot sights for builds I have in my mind. I guess the next step, I'm going to try to acquire some more AR lowers, put them away, and then plan some builds. At some point, if ammo starts to get a little bit more reasonable again, my plan is to just bulk buy enough that in my head I'm good for 10 years, 15 years. And then that way, if there's another panic buy, something gets silly, something goes sideways, taxing ammo, whatever it is, I'm kind of a little bit ahead of the game, and I don't have to worry about it for a decade or two. That's kind of my goal. So that's kind of it. Otherwise, yeah, summer's coming, so I'm looking forward to that. And, I've got the spider projects behind me. I've got the 1 alpha over there that kind of is a work in progress. I've got the spider, and that's all ready to go for summer. So if I'm not going to be out shooting too much, I'll probably be out enjoying the good weather with the convertible and trying to have a good time that way. And then hopefully travel soon. So that's really it. So like I said, I know someone asked about the 300 Blackout in particular, but I decided to just kind of do an update on some of the other stuff I'd been building, putting together, stuff like that. Because if I'm not going to be out shooting up all my ammo, then I'm going to be building guns that I can't shoot because I'm not going to shoot my ammo. So it makes perfect sense. So that's it. Comments, questions, etc., etc. Feel free. Go to my Patreon. Oh no, I don't have a Patreon. I have a real job. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, comments, questions. A few people have asked me about the Cobra Arms Derringer that I made a video on years and years ago. I should do a follow up on that thing because I did respond to one person and I said, I need to respond and do an updated video on that thing because for some reason, it's been a really, for my channel, a lot of people have viewed that. And I will say that gun today is as effective as a paperweight. It's literally a useless firearm. It's only good for a paperweight, or if you want to throw it at someone's face, that's it. Otherwise, it's functionally it's useless. I should have sent it back years ago to have whatever problems with it fixed, but I didn't. And I just said, yeah, it wasn't expensive to buy and I just don't care to pay the freight and all that. So it's effectively just a paperweight. But I should do an update on that. But now you've kind of heard it, so who cares? Anyway, that's it. We'll see you guys later.